Hey guys, Karai here, and I'm here to show you a new deck that I've been really wanting to perfect. And I've been trying to perfect this deck, but today I've put some new engines to it just to make it 10 times better than the original OTK. This is more a non-OTK FTK. This is more of a spam deck again. I like the spams. But basically yeah, so this deck runs the Brilliant Fusion engine with the Performer Mages and the Gem Knights. It also runs the engines with the Gem Knight Sapphirite and with Marchant. So it's really fun. Like really fun. I didn't think it was going to be this good, but it's been pretty good all night. I just love it. But so you just need 3 of these guys because this guy's like your best friend. When you normal summon him, you get to search for just any Karakuri card. So you could search this or search even this. This would be better than this. The only reason why I'm running these is so I get to add and switch him to defense mode to support this. So it would be better if you got this, but yeah, just saying. Then you want 3 of these because what this does is yes, all of them have this effect. This card must attack if able. When this face-up card is selected as an attack target, changes battle position. But they all have different like third effects. So while this face-up on the field, this card is face-up on the field. Once per turn during your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Karakuri monster in addition to your normal summon or set. So this is really good because if you get Sapphirite out and then you normal summon with that Karakuri, you can then add like Autonomy. And then if you, after that, if you somehow get a way to get Nishi on the field, like another extra normal summon because he allows you to do another normal summon. So if this is in your hand, you normal summon her, and then if you have another Marchant, well, you normal summon him, and you still get to add. It's really like trolly when you do something like that to your opponent, and then they're just like, oh my god, the adding is real. But next you want 3 Napachis. Yeah, Napachi. So the reason why you want this thing is because whenever it's normal or special summoned, you can select one monster on the field and change its battle position. Really good for Autonomy, or also really good for Barudio. And that's all it's really meant for. It's also good to switch a monster from defense mode to attack mode. Then you've got the 3 Kooks, I don't even know how to say that, but just whenever he destroys a monster and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon like any Kakari monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position. And then you've got the 1 Nashashik. I don't even know how to say that one either. These are all so complicated names. But whenever he's normal summoned, you can draw a number of cards equal to the number of face-up defense position Karakuri monsters you can control. And you only need the 1 because having 2 seems really cloggy, and having 3 is even more cloggy. So having the 1 is just good for the draw power. And that's all it's really good for. It's also meant to get out him. 1 Perform Mage Damage Juggler, just because it's the 1 search, you only really need the 1. 3 Trick Clowns, pretty easy. Just whenever he's sent, just bring him back. 3 Gem Knight. 3 of these Gem Knight ones. And the only reason why I want to put this in here is just because basically if you do keep him on the field, you can just banish a Gem Knight monster and target 1 Gem Knight card in your graveyard, add to your hand. So he's just kind of, I guess, good for a little bit for that. Then you've got Brilliant Fusion. 2 of these is fine. You just need the 2. Having 3 seems really cloggy for spell cards, and you don't want that. you want your spell cards to be a lot. As you can see, I only have 2 trap cards. Which you could actually make these into anything. It doesn't even matter as long as you make it to 1 or 2 trap cards because you need your spells. 2 Brilliant Fusions. So basically all you do is you send your materials from your deck to the graveyard. So you send Trick Clown and you send a Loo Knight, and then you summon for Seraph Knight. And there you go. You then get a normal summon and you get a special summon from Trick Clown. 1 machine duplication, really good for these 3 right here. That's all they're really good for. And it's just to get the 2 other copies from the deck. 3 Upstart, of course, just generic card. 1 Foolish Burial, good for Trick Clown or Damage Juggler. It's also good if you're trying to get Norden to get out like one of these, and then you can use Machine Dupe from your hand onto that monster. 1 Soul Charge, just because it's the 1 Soul Charge. 2 MSTs, you only need the 2. Having 3, it just seems really pointless almost. You can have the 1 if you wanted to, but having 3 seems really pointless in this deck. You're not really meant to destroy spells and traps all the time. But what you want to do is you want to get rid of stuff that's going to hurt you. Don't just get rid of random stuff. Get rid of like face-up cards like Skill Drain and stuff like that. 2 Instant Fusions meant for the 2 Nordens. 1 Reload just in case if you get a cloggy hand. I put the 1 in because I was getting sometimes really weird hands that I didn't like at all. And then I would draw Reload on my next turn and I would use it automatically. It's also a good card if your opponent uses Mind Crush. 2 Autonomies, and you only need the 2. Having 3 seems really cloggy with spell cards, of course. You don't need to draw that much, you just need some draw power to get more cards into your hand, like Brilliant Fusion, and get off with the engine. 2 of these, you can have 1. I seemed like I needed the 2 for Autonomy, but you can have the 1 if you want. 1 Limiter just because really good for the Synchros. If I get a full field of Synchros and if I have Limiter in my hand and you have no way to negate my attacking or end the battle phase, then you're kind of screwed because I would just OTK you with like so much damage. 1 Vanities, just because good card, good generic card, good for stopping things. And 1 Bottomless, and the reason why I don't have Warning is because I feel like I would pay too much of my life points. Like I'm already paying 2,000 because each of these are 1,000. I'm paying 1,000 times whatever, and then yeah, that's already a lot of life points, and not to mention Trick Clown that you have to pay 1,000 to bring him back. So having Warning just seems really, I guess, kind of risky to have, and also sometimes you just won't be able to use it because your life points are lower than 2,000. So Bottomless just does the same thing almost, except it just doesn't negate it, and it doesn't work on spells or traps or monster effects. It just works on the summons. But 2 Nordens, just good generic card combo. 2 Sapphirites, of course. 1 Caster, just because it's a machine synchro that's level 5. 3 Buries, 3 Burritos. I'm thinking of only cutting these down to 2 because they don't really come out that often. 1 Abyss Dweller, good against decks that work in the graveyard. 1 Stellar Knight Deltaros, 1 Poltergeist, and 1 Pallades. And that's really all you need. You don't need so many Xyz because this isn't really an Xyz build. This is more of a synchro build. But you can have 5 or 4 Xyz because that's really what you need for this deck because of the rank 4 spam thing in it. But yeah, this is... Anyways, that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really like this deck. I'm thinking of building more decks with this kind of engine because it's really fun.